Hold on. I know. So excited. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Head in the Clouds. Got some music. Hold on. So excited. Hmm. Hmm. Hold on. 1 second. Oh no. Oh, my music. Oh no, my music. Okay. So, I had the best song to play for today. Um, if you know Willy Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, the Pure Imagination song. I love this song. I really love this song. But it doesn't seem like it's meant for me to play it at this moment. So I just want to let you guys know. I know you like food, right? I know you guys eat food every day. We need it to, nourish our bodies and everything. But this person that I have coming on today, joining this live, he is a private chef. He caters, he to parties, to people's personal parties, private parties, or whatever. He'll travel just to get there and everything. So he's so amazing. He's so creative and he stays focused on everything he does. So I just want to know, I just want to get to know him, and I want to actually ask things that has to deal with imagination. So let's have him join, and he can, tell us more. So here we are. See?
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
How are you?
Very good, very good. It's good
Yes,
seeing you.
bonjour.
Sure. In New
Yes.
York City, but guess what? My French friend's restaurant where he chef at, and then I found that right before Tunisia. So I'm like, we can very much like I can just put it right here, and
Yes.
now look very much fun.
Perfect. That is perfect. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so excited.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
So before we start, I always like to say a prayer, and I just want to, just thank God. This is the thankful prayer for everything that He has brought us through, and continuing to take us through. And yeah, I'm just so excited. So I just want to just, include him and just give him this prayer. So if you don't mind, we can bow our heads. Okay. God, I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you so much for this day. Thank you for Camille. Lord, bless him and his family. Lord, I just thank you for the talents and the gifts that you have blessed us with. Lord, our minds. Thank you for the minds to be able to imagine and create and do things in your will, Lord. I just thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. Your everything that you have given us, Lord, I know it is for the good, greater good. So I just want to thank you, Lord, and just ask you to continue to bless us with everything so that we can bless others with our gifts and talents as well, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right. So, can you tell us about yourself?
Yes. So, where you wanna? So the temporality is that you were saying it right is stays the course. Stays the
Yes.
course is definitely something that I curious and then try to create every day. It's not easy. There is moment of doubt. There is moment of like uncertainty, and there is moment also of when you have uncertainty, the best way is always, it's like finding those answers. And how do you find them is a couple of different points that you're going to go through the journey of entrepreneurship, such
Yeah.
as networking, the follow-up, and then the preparations, because the definition of success is preparations. So if you do want to get something like today, the life, you need to get prepared in order to succeed that manner. So
Yes.
the first that I have accomplished in terms of food is I decide to go in food, and that decisions came from an inspiration through my grandma shop, and then it's like my mom was making food at home. It's not just French, but it was much more. My mom for lunch will do something very simple, some spinach saute, and then a chicken, and then that here is like will be like, oh my god, it's like I want that. That proximity of like fresh produce in Brittany, west side of France, where I'm born and raised. Voluntary made the decisions on my career. After that, when I was in Brittany, so I decided to go for 3 years in pastry. I was in kitchens. I went in kitchen pastry, and then pastry brought me to Paris.
Yes.
I loved it. Paris was a situation where the desert. You learn everything, the ABC for the desert. You learn it through Paris, and then through Paris, I got the chance to be challenged by Fabien Desgros, that I give a big link, my mentors in New York City, who brought me from France, Paris, up to New York City, and then to help him in his sweet project and savory, and then as well here linked. So I'm here at La Bonne Soupe because the chef Nicolas, and then chef José Luis Chavez, that I'm gonna meet later for the game,
Yes.
I was in New York City, the sous chef at Bagatelle. So that link you got also is like very important in the kitchen. You create with other camarades. You're gonna keep them for a long time, because you see we're talking about like now it's been like almost 8 years. We haven't been commute together. I seem very fertile during coronavirus, but it's emotional because I came back to that city. That city, is like the Big Apple, and that's where everything starts. And it's very emotional to see like them realizing themselves. One in the time at La Bonne Soupe, the other one in the Michelin star chef guide, and then a couple of restaurant later. Now we're here and we are coming back together, and that link got created through food, through career, and then to want it to realizing yourself before any term of like money. Money will come along, I think, and money will be on and off. It's a power for sure. It's like like a power central for electricity. You need to power your house with that, but in order also that you need to get a right system, and that system is a system ici, a balance that sometimes you may gonna fall down, and there is also some ABC of life is gonna happen, and then your reaction to it will negotiate the next turn in your life.
Yes. Do you like ever get overwhelmed with everything because you have so much happening? How do you stay focused and not get so like, because with me, I would probably be so anxious knowing that I have to do so much, and you want to make sure everyone is happy. You want to make sure that they like what you're doing. So how do you just stay calm and stay focused and not get so, overwhelmed with everything?
I'm trying to have fun. There is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
big question that people ask me is like, what the heck is it doing with this video? The video didn't start with the business Camille Private Chef. My previous ventures, Pastry by Camille, and then a big wink also is like to all my patrons. Buffalo is my home. Buffalo, it's where everything starts technically in terms of like name. That's where I got the name. That's where I went on TV, and that is owned by the Buffalonian, who
Yes.
invest on my bakery, who invest daily to come and then support me. So Buffalo is really gonna stay home forever. I decided also like to expand myself to different city, because it's an understanding for me. It's like that private chef taking you elsewhere will bring you stronger back of where you are.
Yes.
And then that's very important. It's a definition I was like trying to explain to some of my peers. Base is very important. I am based in Buffalo. I can afford Buffalo. I can afford Buffalo living, and I can also like afford most of my time with my children, and because we share with my ex-wife the children on a personal level. I need to be close to those two children. I need to make sure like they got what they need, and then what they need, it's me, my time more than anything. But also it's like it's very important to realize yourself, and realizing yourself is making sure you have goals. Those goals are not stupidly erasable. That it's not possible, it's not conceptual, but you
Right.
need to get some of those,
Yes.
because like the more you get direction, the more you aim yourself in something you love, the more you aim yourself and you aim someone else. That is something recently that I found too, is aiming someone else is very important, because is going to make you feel good, and it gives you a
Yes.
purpose, and that purpose uh, gotta stay good to and true to yourself.
Yeah.
And there is moments of stress. There is moments, this week. There is moments is like I don't have any dinners. It's like, am I good enough? Am I doing it too much? Is my food is reflecting something positive? Other people think, it's like it's too expensive, it's not affordable, I mean accessible, or it's like as reasons, and then that is very important.
Yeah.
The factors between a restaurant and in the private sectors, you depending on your own.
Mhm.
So you decide to go to bed and you decide to wake up. Those
Yeah.
two very important things gonna matter also, is like on your emotional level. Meaning is like if you don't sleep enough, it's not gonna be good, because it's gonna challenge your emotions. And challenging
Yeah.
your emotions, it happens to me. I challenged my emotions quite a few times, and then I got some flop.
Yes.
Those emotions need to be evaluated, and then you gotta just balance yourself with something else. So
Yes.
for me, it's swimming. Swimming is good.
Yes.
I have a dog, Burmese Mountain, Joy, and she
Yes.
keep me busy out of the situation of like staying in a professional mind, saying it's like, how are we gonna make more numbers? How are we gonna just like getting through? And that is very important. When I got her at the shop, I knew that I was need to go physically outside. I was need to take care of that little life, and same for the children's. Those keep me grounded. Uh,
Yes.
it's important. Keep you grounded. I say feet on the ground, head in the sky. That's
Yes, yes. I think that really matters. So you're basically saying when you are getting overwhelmed, when things are seeming like it's too much, just make sure you have that something that's going to keep you grounded and leveled out so you don't go haywire, basically. Okay. And like, what inspired you? Was it your fellow peers, or was it something that you had in you that you always loved to do, besides like even with your grandma and your mom and everything? Were they the ones that inspired you to want to do
in some
this?
sense, in some sense yes, in some sense no. It's like in some sense I will tell you, like right now, with the situation, is like there is no choice to. I'm on the 8 mile road, meaning it's like success is my only options. I do agree. Kitchen is not an easy environment. Kitchen is also like there is a lot of stereotype, and then some who are like truly like we are subject to be facing like some difficult time. I call that like wartime. This is why I say that we have that link with other chefs. Very
Yes.
a little bit more dramatic, but that dramatic side is like it is. You losing chef, you losing friend, you get divorced, you do long hours. The I mean the nervosity. I'm not gonna tell you no. It's like I will be lying to say it's like I didn't lose my shit. Sorry, it's like I didn't lose my stuff. It was like like a couple of times happened during the service. One big one is like I remember my son getting baptized, and that was in Lackport. It was one of the first beautiful day of the years. My shop apparently is like just decided to be like amazingly doing well that day. The only days I'm deciding to just not be there,
Right.
and it's like I drive fast to go back there. I could die, I could get an accident, and then I get there. It's 45-minute ticket waiting, and then I end up doing it's like the line in Tuxedo. So I was
Yeah.
doing Tuxedo and doing that. And then the review gonna be there. They're gonna say like the food took an hour, etc. So it takes a lot of your pride. Either way, you win, you win, everybody win, and then yourself too. But if someone lose, it's on you. It's your name. It's your name on top. So there's a lot of pressures that you gotta also consider in a balance. And then
Mhm.
that's where I say is like new time and era. I hope is that we can make the sense of it, and then things like we've been doing it. To
Yeah.
understand that behind a name, there is not only one success, and there is not also one failure. So it's like
Yes.
a government. There is not just the president. There is a government and the president, and it's very important to be inspired by the people who surrounding you, and
Yeah.
then also keeping the constant in the directives that you do. Because the unfortunate part is like I think is like if you do not stay true to yourself, like a TV show, for example, will get approached to me, it's like somewhere. I will not like it. I didn't like it because it will be telling me exactly what to do and then fit in, and that is not.
Yes.
You
Yes.
can't fit. And those videos that I was starting already on Hurdle Avenue. I tell my staff, I was like, okay, how are we gonna make it more fun, guys? Every Saturday we're gonna dress up, and I think it started from the tuxedo. I was like, okay, let's dress up. Then we dress up, and I was Freddie Mercury. I did Hannibal Lecters. We did hippies. We did, it's like it was really funny. And in the video type things, I just start to get an instrument and says like, okay, let's just like make it a little bit more fun. And those videos, like some folks is like, it's like maybe they lie, but they send me text and they say like, where is the video? I was like, it's Wednesday, we're expecting a video. And the
Yes.
funny part is like, it's like my collaboratrice and event planners, we made the contract and then we put in the contract, hey, if you want a chef and then you try Chef Camille to do content in the house,
Yes.
course, and then right here say yes. But when I go there, so at first I was like, I don't know if I should do, and they won't. It's like they feel humble sometimes, and they feel reward to you lack, the appliance, you lack the outside of the house that you do your stunt. I show up at one house, dressed up like full deal, and my car was at the shop, so I had a U-Haul. It looked like I was doing a moving out, and then I come with a long dress called like Japanese, and then flip flop, who looked like 3D flip flops that I got for $5. But I
Yeah.
just left with a banana, and then I look like a ninja, and they're like, "Are you professional?" And yeah, I was like, it's the demesures and the measures is 2021. I'm facing all kind of demography and all kind of like it's like like classes, and the things that I'm trying to stay and stick to it is making sure it's like it stay neutral, and you don't want to hurt anybody in terms of video or in terms of like business. But I'm having
Right.
a good time. I have also like a lot of good people around me. I have Molly, my coordinators. That is the thing also is like for private chef. If I gotta give her recommendations, you need to get a good coordinator who can take the email, who can respond. Because I say the follow up. That was initially what I say in your interview. Is the follow up is very important.
Yes.
Following up with someone is what's gonna give you business. Is what's gonna just like like get there. And then when someone asks you, it's like a dinner or something, it's kind of like a wedding. You want some shoes. You want them now. You don't want them tomorrow. So they want to find the shoes, even if it's tough. And then you got to get those office hours. You got to get some boundary. Because if you start to ensure, it's like at like 9 p.m., at 10 p.m., they're going to expect you to ensure your business under your business, like a figure at those hours. And then that was a mistake that I made as a young like not having boundary,
Yeah.
and because it's a lot, you do the food, you do the editing of the video, then you're doing the social media, then you end up, like doing it at like 10 p.m. in your car on a parking lot on the side of the road. You're saying like, what am I doing right now? You're the boss. So you can do
Yeah.
the content, keep it warm, and then post it later. And then the one you did yesterday, you post it, like before the dinners. So those
Yeah.
are the, like that conception of entourage who inspire me on those other topic that is
Yeah.
not food is very important. It's like help me like just like uh, learning.
Yes.
Because an entrepreneurship is not just one hat, and
Right.
you will see that very soon. It's like and it's what is fun. That journey is like
Yes.
just like it's like I didn't know anything about plumbing. I didn't know about like an electric box, and then I had this 2,400 square foot restaurant on a halal at 24 years old. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's like we did $170,000 on the first month in gross sale just on the food. The first years on 6 months, so it was June, July. It was like 8 months, not even 8 months, 7.5. We did $650,000 of sales. So it's like it's almost $1 million on a year's base.
Yeah.
It was very overwhelming for someone who's like just it's like did a shot out. It was tough. The learning too is like I didn't have any POS system. I didn't have the right investment, so it's like I reinvest like just paddy money, and no small opening. It was a grand opening directly. I said, like, we open, we don't have any chances and money to keep closed. We got to open. So the space was half finished paint. Everything was on the ice bucket. and then we make the money, and then we reinvest to get fridges, we reinvest to just like do some adjustments, and then we had the master class. Then coronavirus happened, then the personal side happened, and then I got showcased on Food Networks, and then that Food Networks was just a bonus, and then the TV has like helped me to just get in the first kitchens, and after it's just a story, you know, it's like people love to see me around the business and not inside the business, because I went
Yes.
to work, and then my French accent I didn't realize was going to be my product, and
Yes.
yeah, it's like, you know, I'm going in the kitchen, I'm their guest technically, you know, it's like that's why
Yeah.
I wipe off my feet, because I'm like, I asked them, is like, can I keep my shoes inside, and I just realized, you know, I did some dinners on socks. It's very funny, you know, it's like I'm like, hey, I'm working, and it's like, I'm making my bread money right now, and then I don't have any shoes on. I'm in someone's house. It's like,
Yeah.
there's no more like intimity, you know, it's like you are in the intimity of the person, and it's very it is very communitary, you know, that you going in someone's hut, you gonna say, okay, it's like I'm getting there, so I'm thinking of all my pair mobile, Yamaste mobile, who pairs a massage with me. I'm thinking, you know, it's like all those mobile you know, like type of like pop-ups or like services, we going to them. It is some for us, but it is some for them. For the timer, you know, people says like, I'm gonna get someone's coming and bring a massage table, and you know, it's like, I'm like, who's that person? It's in my
Right.
list, you know, and
Right.
there is some funny stories, there is some funny ventures, and then yeah, I wear. They made me wear, because I was such a skinny dude. They made me wear the World War II great grandpa costume, and then I was from France, and I was there just for 4 days, and I come back, and then I got that like whole suit, and I look like Indiana Jones. So what I did, I jumped on my phone, did a contest, and then I look like Indiana Jones just coming back. I was like, if someone says like, do I have a script? Do I? Don't. I don't. It's just like I see something fun to do. You know, it's like I'm up on the roof of my car, and then for the little like government also, it's like, where do you get the money to get all those things?
Right.
Because I keep some of the receipt, because if you see on the guitar, the stickers is still on it, and I return the but I don't know how to play guitars. I don't know.
I
It's,
like that though, because you're entertaining. I really love, like, you don't understand. I'm excited. I feel like one day, and it'll probably be soon, because I would love for you to cater to any event that I have. I'm so serious. Like, you're just so amazing, and like, I love that you bring the fun to it. I love that you have the passion and the joy, and everything that you do with, like, it's just so amazing. I love like you on my timeline, basically. I love it. And what I was gonna say is, as far as like imagining, did you ever, as a kid or any time in your life, imagine this being your life? Have you?
no, like having all in it like that. Now, it was, you know, it's like just like a succession of chapters that some had to be written uh, on the bus. You know, it's just like on the bus on the way.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I think it's still like I can be like using the Joker card and say it's like it's America, and in some sort is like it's there is a part of no, there is a part of like, gosh, it's like, you know, even right now, you know, I was like, can I really go to New York City? Can I really afford New York City? Not really. And then I'm in the street, and then yeah, I have I have I have that you know, that minute of like doing a content. So people say like, okay, you have someone like holding the phone. I'm like, no, I don't. So the making of is you have a dude who's putting the camera in the street, and and that's right there. You know, it's like I'm just doing
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
we have a pictures, and then that pictures like one walks, and then you see me in the ears, and I jump, and you know, like I see the moment, and then the most important is like, I think is like, I will love to have someone record the people watching me with my ukulele, and it's my backpack. Like, I'm going in the plane, I'm going all around, I get that, and
Yes.
it's a backpack, and it's that. That's what I'm bringing. It became like my little emblem. That one I bought it. I keep it. And I said it's like so. It's like my biggest challenge is I'm trying to get to find a contact from. It's very touristy, but I would love to find a relative to ease. So I find one of his daughters, and I love to learn ukulele in Hawaii. And I said,
Yeah.
I love my ukulele correctly.
Wow. Wow. So that's like a ukulele, you say?
Yes. So how did I get the ukulele? Is
Yes.
I was doing that video was very insane. So
I
we
remember
went
that
to,
video. I remember that one. And
yeah.
it's so crazy. I like that you
I
just
threw
brought
the
that
phone.
up.
I threw the phone. And then speaking of, it's like my neighbor said, "You stupid!" I knocked my head on the. I mean, I was fine. It's like it's not for like not even. It's just for fun to just do it. You gotta
Yes.
even take it back. The video is more a part of me. I think it's like the movie because I love movies and
Yes.
those conceptual come from movies. I've watched way too much movie growing up, but
Yeah.
that Mission Impossible was a phone string in the air, and then I make a noise with my mouth. It looks terrible. Anyway, so we go to the dinners, and we're actually on time for once. And then
Yes.
we get into the music stores in Allentown. And
Yes.
I go inside the guys, and I get like, inside the shop, and I get that's it. Like, who the fuck are you? And I go, I mean, it's like I'm here to just like have some time with your instruments. So I'm like, if I'm a guy, I gotta leave a $20 on the corners, and then I'm gonna go play. So it's like, okay. So it's like, just recording yourself. And I'm like, I gotta buy some an instrument to support the shop. So I bought that instrument. We get into
Yes.
the weird part we didn't know that we was going to encounter was a accident. So we drive into East Aurora to the dinners, and big production energy. I see the flame under the cars, and I'm telling Chef Car, I'm like, I think that car's getting on fire. So I'm like, light up on the back, and I'm like, oh my god, it's getting on fire. So the car is going on the side, and then the guy doesn't see it, and then we say like, you gotta stop. He stopped on the side. Don't really want to leave his car.
Yeah.
So I pull up the car on the side, and I have a Superman, so they think I'm a cop. And I'm with my chef jacket making the circulation on a 65 miles limit. I have no security. While Chef Carl is getting the guys out of the car, telling to not go back, the car explodes. And I'm like, I gotta record that. So I'm recording that, and then literally there is Chef Carl who's walking out of the car with a flame on the back, and then that's that big production energy. With the beginning of the video, I'm like, that's it. It's like, we got it. It's a wrap. Yeah.
If like if you didn't have so many people in there, I would be like, is he telling the truth right now? That's like
right.
that story is crazy. Like what?
Yeah,
oh my god.
there's some like also like when I was in Miami last week, and I'm on the balcony, and then I'm trying to do like some silly stuff with Jersey Diane Watkins, and then I see the car, and then I have like I'm like, wait a minute, and I grab my phone directly because even if I have the doubt, I start recording, and then I start recording, and it was a Bills player, and I'm like, go Bills, and I'm like, it's a Bills. On Miami Beach, and then it's a one is like in front of my balcony, and then I got him, and then it's it's a fun times. It's you don't want to report everything, but you want to report some fun stuff.
Yes.
And from what I've learned recently on Instagram is you want to be true to the people who follow you, and then it's like they want to be entertained, and as much as the social media can be wrong and difficult, and in terms of like a narcissistic platform, that is true. I think is that you can have that chance to make people laugh, and it's like it's like making the content is where is my fun. It's like I'm having a good time. People like around me literally like just like laugh their ass. When we went to Chicago, I got into a studio, and I'm a kid.
Yeah.
I get like professionally trained into a movie school. So you put me in a set where they make $1 million production movies. So it was like fake stuff. So me is like directly I go in the fake house. I'm like, honey, I'm back. And they don't ask me. I just walk in it. I find a bicycle on the back, and then I get and like train the chef into my stupidity with me.
Right.
We're both working on the whole entire thing with some stuff, and I go to the oven with the bike. And I find a things that, and I'm like starting to say, it's like, if you don't understand my French accent, you know, it's like, it's just fun. And she's like, what are you doing with a ukulele? I'm like, well, we're gonna play because
Yeah.
she's still opening the oven, and then I get that out of the oven, and she's like, he's crazy. Yeah.
What would you tell someone? What would you tell someone who doesn't look at life as you do? Like they think that everything is just
They
basically
do.
they're pessimists. They what would you tell them?
They
Or to inspire them to, you know.
everyone do, but at some extent, it's like you get slowed down to it
Yes.
because it's just a ridicule.
Yeah.
The fear of being judged, because
Yeah.
you go with like and it's where it can be dangerous, because you may gonna have something who's not. I'm not gonna go. I don't have a side of, but I mean I do actually, because he's a performer. But Dave LaChapelle, I do back up Dave LaChapelle because he's a performer. As a performer, he perform and then he make a laugh, and he not only laugh of himself, but he laugh of everybody. So if we just stop the performer to be performing, and then, which is like distractions, a distraction, it doesn't mean to be serious, but it can be also sometimes, you know, it's like we sing, it's like it's making fun of someone, but the performance is there. That's a distraction of like the reality. So you got to make sure it's like to stay real, but also it's like, you know, it's like putting yourself in scene. There is way to find what you love, and then you can find, and then you're gonna say directly, it's like the easiest things to just stop yourself is money. You're gonna say like, well, I don't have the money. uh,
Yes.
but it's like it can happen on the corner of your street, you know, it's like it can happen in your backyard, it can happen in your house. And it doesn't mean to hold a phone. It means like
Right.
to in yourself. If I was, and then I say that all the time, if I was indeed is like just like capable to not have a social media, I will not get a social media. Because if you see on my personal social media, which is private, I attempt myself to do some street photo, but I only post like once in a blue moon. And it's really hard, you know, it's like to get that, because it's a tool for me. That sometimes it's like you can only like see content and then you don't see reality. So you gotta also like just like have some like downtime, and then where you allow yourself no phone, where you allow yourself it's like just like keep going back and forth in between situations, kind of like it's a bad variety of emotions technically, because the issue is like it's I mean it's what happened in that circumference. So I think it's like the most important is finding something you aim, having a plan and goal that you can list. Your doing list, you know, it's like it's I do all the time list. It's like I have my notes. If I have my note, I wrote down everything on each city when someone tell me what they like about the city. So I meet a
Yeah.
couple of people around my travel, and I have Miami, I have Chicago, I have Aspen, and things
Yes.
that people like just bring it up to me, I put a
Yes.
note in it. So that not like, you know, keeping me. Also something that, you know, like my mentor, you know, is like always told me is like you meet someone, you're gonna keep some note afterward. It's kind of like a classroom. Right after the meeting, you're going to write down whatever you've been like listening from the meeting. The next time
Yes.
on a meeting, before if you remit, you can just pull up those informations and you can say, how's the kid? And then
Yeah.
that's what people want, because they want to talk about themselves. So the
Yeah.
emotional intelligence also is like very important. And then as you grow, it's like business is like you got to aim yourself in some booths that people don't, I mean, technically want to be in, but not too much too, because the jealousy or like things is like can be dangerous. So you want to be affordable, and that's one of my biggest goals, like staying affordable, having
Yeah.
fun. But yeah, I don't take myself seriously. You can't take yourself
Yes.
seriously, because if you take yourself seriously, I mean, it's like that's the old school. The new school is like you know, it's
Free,
yeah,
right?
and then you know, it's like I mean like there's a beginning, there's an end. It's a road, and don't miss your chance. You know, it's like
Yeah.
there's like Washington said, how many ghosts do you want to be seeing around your dead bed? If you're going to, I say that all the time, too many times. If I'm going to fall and then quote on him, I'm going to fall for a while. That way, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna hit. You know, and then that is very important. I truly believe, not in terms of like, yeah, but there is a climatic changement. There is so much like seeing outside. But most important is like be a little bit selfish sometimes. listen to yourself. Make sure it's like you feed your intuition, and then more than just watching at your phone, you aim yourself. You do something that is going to be rewarding yourself into skills, into something. It's like I constantly like just like not want to be everybody's things, but I like to know it's like an inspiration, and like it's what it is. I think it's we got a lot to learn from each other, and
Yes.
when you called me and then you told me first for the interview, it's like someone told me, but it's only gonna be a couple of years. It's only gonna be that. But I'm like, yeah, but it's only gonna be me. It was like it's only gonna be like like a couple of carrots. I peel that first.
Yes.
It's not gonna be denerving, the meat. It's only gonna be like take it off the shell of the lobsters. But then now it's like it's only like gonna be traveling around, having a good time, still worried about money, still worrying about like the extra. But it's like it's only gonna be a moment, and that moment's gonna be gone. So make sure you
Yes.
enjoy that because Proust said, the writers, the most interesting life of his years are the years of unhappiness because
Yes.
he had to just work his way up to be happy. And,
Mm.
and he just realized that was the most entertaining years because that's where you're active. That's where
Yeah.
you getting out of the best you can and the best of yourself to
Yes.
and
I like that.
do what
Oh
you
my
love.
goodness. I like that so much. I think, okay, so before we go, I
You
wanna,
want to see?
I have to ask, I gotta ask you one question that I cannot not ask. And it is, what does head in the clouds mean to you?
Head in the cloud.
Yes.
Head in the clouds mean it's mean head in the cloud. This is very something is like I gotta think. Head in the cloud means a dreamer,
Mm.
means a young child who stayed young child, that you
Mm.
kept on your creativity, that the limit of your creativity never found borders, and every emotions are free, that you're only trying to capture the best one out of it.
That is amazing. Oh my goodness. I love your meaning. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Um you don't know how much I appreciate this. Every time I get to talk with someone and they just share their thoughts and their advice on anything, and I know everything that you're saying will help others. So I'm so appreciative of this. I thank you. It will help me too. So I have to
Thank
include
you.
myself. So thank
No, you're
you.
doing well. You've been doing so much like it's like work and fun. And then again, it's like Buffalo will always be my priority.
Yes.
Meaning why? Because like that's what I say. The boundary. France is where I come from. It's where I'm born. But home right now is Buffalo, and I want that
Yes.
to stay home.
Yes. Thank you. Oh my goodness. So did you want to share any highlights in your moment? We can go down memory lane and you can share any highlights with us that you feel like were just a special moment with you. It can be in Buffalo, it can be in any state that you have traveled. Just share like a highlight moment with us that you'll never forget ever.
My children. I mean, it's like here's like the children,
Yeah.
and then a personal one is my first time, my first day, my first full step at the doors of America was October 4th, 2014, unofficially, with my friend Van. He's a driver in New York City, Russian. He was fantastic. I didn't know any Russian,
Oh wow.
barely Spanish. And I got out of the plane. I got out of the airport. He was waiting with an envelope with the keys to go to Hoboken. And then he understand that I was like really fresh new, and I didn't know where I was going to be the following week. I found out like 2 days before that I was going to New York City after a testing.
Mm-hmm.
And my mentor says like, well, you coming back with me in New York City? I'm like, okay, let's go. So I'm like, okay, let's leave Paris. And then I'm in the
Mm-hmm.
plane, and I have cheap dirt like clothes. I'm literally, it's like everybody's doing that in France. I'm broke. It's like my
Yeah.
mentor is like, what are you gonna do? It's like, I mean, I'm literally like, you can make more money at McDonald's. So at the
Right.
time, like, life is not good for me. I mean, it's like it's terrible. and I'm in the plane, and he buy my first 3 months of France in New York City, and then help me for the last 3 months of France in Paris. So yeah, it did help me getting that like transfer. And I'm in the plane, and then I remember counting the numbers of baseball court. I was like one baseball court, two baseball court, and then I get
Yes.
there, and then I get off the first time. So we went all through the board with the drivers, made me drive all through the board, and then I got into the apartment, and then the next day I'm trying to order a pizza, so I'm going on Google Translate on the computers, and I put the phone close to the Google Translate to say I want to get a pizza, and I did not understand pickup and delivery, so I said pickup,
Yes.
and then the pizza never come. So I called them. They're like, "No, you asked for pickup." And then once I get the pizza, and then I try to warm it up, I jump on the ceiling, and then I called the landlord, and then I said the thing is at 500 degrees Celsius. Like, what are you doing? You selling like factory stuff? It's gonna go on fire. There's lock on it, and it was Fahrenheit, so I didn't know anything about Fahrenheit. I was a burden, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I made it through those silly stuff, silly
Yeah.
friendship.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. So this is the time where you can tell everyone where we can follow you, your website, what you have going on, if you have any events or anything coming up, or how we can contact you. This is
Yes,
your time to let us know.
definitely. So I most definitely is like you're gonna be the first one because I haven't published yet. But we was in the talk, and then I talked to my friends. We're going to do a tasting room at Free Street Tavern on Niagara Street every Thursday if it works. We're gonna start with one Thursday. I'm gonna start next week. I'm crazy. I'm going quick. And it's $35. For $35, you can come, and then you can try a bunch of my tapas. I'll be there. So you can talk to me. I can speak French, and I can try to speak Spanish. And then I will be making some little taste bite that you can eat, and then you can get humble beers. It's a corner tavern. It's great. The second thing is www.camilleprivatechef.com. That is my website, and you can inquire. You can see like what are we doing. My team and I, and Molly will take care of you for the inquirers. And then you can follow me at Camille Privat Chef with a little roosters. The roosters, why? Not only because it's cocky, but it's a national symbol of France.
Yes, yes. Oh
Thank
my
you
goodness.
for the interview. You're amazing. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You have made my day. I was at work, but I said no. I'm a teacher, so I was with the kids and I snuck out during rest time. They're sleeping right now, so but I could not miss this. I could not miss this, and I thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, and I wish nothing but the best for everything. And like I will when I know you're gonna post all of that stuff, and I'm gonna put everything in the description. But I personally want to come every Thursday to try whatever you have. So thank you so much. Oh my goodness.
Well, you have a good
Thank
afternoon.
you.
Good luck with the kid. Uh, I hope to maybe like do one day. Who knows, like prep for them, something fun. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Before in Lackport High School, I went, and then we talk about like French stuff, what we do,
Mm-hmm.
what we commute daily, and then we were sleeping some prep. Thank you.
Aww.
Have you?
Thank you. All right, I see you. You have a good day.
You too.
Bye. Oh my goodness, guys, that was so amazing. Um, I feel so excited. I feel so warm all over just from this conversation. He's said so many things that I know you guys will understand, and I hopefully use it in your life because I know I will. And I'm going to put everything in the description, where to follow him, everything that he just named, and you guys take care. I'll be back Sunday though. And you guys have a good day. Bye.